Well, I'm Vivian, and just wanted to start by thanking you for coming in. And feel free to be as open as possible during your testimonial, just so that maybe it can help. Again, as he was saying, others in need. But if you want to just start by telling us kind of briefly about the accident and what happened.
Oh, okay. Sorry, it's totally fresh. My daughter and I were headed eastbound up a road. We were going about 50 miles an hour, and I had been turned around. I had 3 granddaughters in the back seat, and I had turned around and checking on them, talking to them for a second, and had just leaned up on the console and was turning back around, and all of a sudden there was this Jeep in front of us, and Casey was, she slammed on the brakes and swerved, and this Jeep was coming. He was coming westbound and swerved right into us. It almost looked like they locked eyes, and he swerved after they locked eyes, and it looked like he did it intentionally. He hit us going head on, each of us going about 50 miles an hour, and thank heaven above, my 3 little granddaughters in the back seat were okay. They had bruising from the seatbelts. My daughter was 5 months pregnant at the time. The seatbelts all went off, of course, the explosion, but broke her sternum. But she was able, our little baby, he will be 1 this week. He was okay. We didn't know for about 3 weeks if she was going to be able to keep him, if he was going.
Wow.
But she did good. He's good and healthy. However, it broke my back. It broke several ribs. Gave me a concussion. I had breast cancer 22 years ago, and after my reconstruction from that, because I had to have a partial mastectomy, and after that, the reconstruction, they had an implant in, and there's a capsule that goes around the implant. Well, that ruptured because of it. And it pretty much, the seatbelt tore my whole breast off internally. And so that was bad.
Yeah. Well, what led you to seek legal help?
Because of the situation, there was so much involved. We wanted to make sure that we were covered. I was not in a state of mind. I got a concussion from it. My daughter did. And neither of us were in a state of mind
Right.
to handle anything like this. It's 2 insurance company are a very difficult breed.
Yeah.
And it was really, I knew it was going to be hard dealing with them.
Yeah, and what led you to maybe trust Parker and McConkie with that legal help?
Steve, first of all, our son-in-law was friends with him, and he referred him to us. And I was in the hospital. I was there a week, and Steve came up there. He says, "Don't worry about coming down," because he knew, first off, I was terrified of getting back in a car.
Yeah.
And he knew that we were going to need help. And so he came to the hospital, and he was phenomenal.
Yeah, and I mean, what additionally was your first experience with Parker and McConkie when we contacted you and such?
First off, I was very impressed with the care. I have never felt like they were ambulance chasers. I never got that impression from them or that feeling from them.
Yeah.
And they cared. I could tell that they really cared, and they have. They've been phenomenal with me.
And I mean, so far throughout your case, have you felt like you've been well supported?
Yes, absolutely.
And you've felt like your case has been prioritized and it's been a need?
I do. I absolutely do. I felt like they contact me when, even if things aren't happening with insurance, because there's, I think, 5 different insurance companies involved, and with all of the manipulation with them, they've been phenomenal with handling it, and letting me know what's going on as soon as something happens with it.
Yeah. And is there anything else you would add about your experience with Parker and McConkie?
They're amazing. Honestly, I was nervous about seeking out an attorney. I didn't want anyone to think I was trying to screw anybody over. That was not our goal. It was to make sure that my medical expenses were taken care of, that my daughter was. But the biggest thing is in the future, because I have things. It's been 16 months since my accident. I'm still dealing with the repercussions from it and with surgeries. And I wanted to make sure I was covered. I know I am.
Yeah.
They have explained that. They've gone over that with me, and they continue to guide me.
Well, thank you again for sharing your story and for your time, and we're grateful that you trust us, and we feel, happy to help you along this journey. So.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Yeah.